guys, we are gonna start our Engineering is Elementary. Now, today, we're gonna read a story. And I already told you who one of the characters are. Danny the Duck. You are also going to meet Dev. And Yumi. Yumi is a kindergarten kid, just like you guys. Her best friend is Dev, and they live in an apartment building that's right next to a pond. And Dev and Yumi love going outside. Raise your hand if you love going outside too. Ooh, yes. This is Yumi. That means this one is Dev. And guess who that's? And you? Danny the Duck. So we have Yumi, Dev, and Danny the Duck. Chapter 1. Yumi waited in the hallway of her apartment building with her dad and her baby sister Min. She started hopping from foot to foot. She was so excited to get to the park. She couldn't stand still any longer. Her favorite place in the world was the park that she could see from her bedroom window. She thought she knew every single animal and plant in that park. But that morning, she spotted something shiny. A shiny flower in the pond she's never seen before. She wanted to go investigate the flower with her neighbor and exploring partner Dev. When they got to the pond, they leaned over to take a look at the flower. Yuck, said Dev. I don't think that's a flower. Yumi gasped. It was a clump of colorful candy wrappers. She looked around and saw more trash all around the wrappers. There was bottle caps, soda cans, plastic cups. Gross! Someone must have dropped their trash in the pond, Dev said. They saw a little duck swimming around the wrappers. I see this duck all the time here, Yumi said. I named him Danny. Oh, poor Danny, said Dev. It's not safe for him to swim in a pond with all that trash. Will he get sick? Asked Yumi. If no one cleans it up, he might, said Dev with a frown. Well then, we have to figure out how to clean up the trash, said Yumi. Yeah, but how are we gonna do that? Wondered Dev. Yumi thought, Oh, I know! We can get a boat and paddle into the pond, and then we could put all the trash on the boat. Yeah, but if we did that, we'd have to touch all this yucky trash with our hands, said Dev. How can we clean up the pond to help Danny? What do you think the problem is in this story? Genesis.
They couldn't take all the trash out.
Yes! Look at that pond! The problem is there is trash in that pond. Does anybody know what a pond is?
Yeah.
Johnny, what's a pond?
A pond is a pool.
It's like a pool. What's inside of a pond?
That.
What's it made of?
Water.
It's made of water, and inside a pond you could find a duck. Could you find anything else in a pond? Ethan?
Leaves.
You might find leaves in a pond. Kylie? Maybe an alligator. I hope I don't find an alligator in a pond, but it's possible. There's lots of things, animals, and objects we might be able to find in a pond. What's this a picture of? Timmy?
Trash.
Trash. What is trash? Lucy?
Like stuff which you use and you don't need it.
Where do you put it? In the trash bin, in the garbage. It's stuff you use, you don't need it anymore. Should it go on the floor?
No.
Should it go in the pond?
No.
Should it go in the garbage can?
Yes.
Could it go in recycling too?
Yes.
It's possible. All right, we're gonna take a look at our engineering song. Do you guys remember the moves to our engineering song? Can you guys stand up? Brian, you're gonna learn our new song.
Yeah.
All right. We are engineers. We are engineers. We can all solve problems We are engineers. Ask, imagine, plan. Then we create, improve to make it better. Engineers are great. That was awesome. You guys have a seat. Has anyone, I asked this before, but I'm gonna ask it one more time, ever seen trash in a pond or on somewhere else? Timmy, where have you seen trash before?
On the side.
On the side of the street or something, on the side of the road?
Like on the side, the playground near my house.
Has anyone ever seen trash in our playground?
I
Some of you may have, some of you might. Why would it be a problem if there's trash somewhere? Tangio.
Because animals try to swim in there, but the trash blocks them.
My goodness. All right. We're gonna use our imagination and we're going to think of this as a model. So a model would be like a representation of something. This is an example of something. Does anyone want to take a guess what model this is gonna be of? Lucy. The pond. Can we pretend that this is our pond?
Yeah.
And we talked about what we'd find in the pond. Danny the duck. We have Danny the duck. Do you think Danny the duck is swimming happily right now?
Yeah.
All right. We are going to find out what happens when we add some trash to this pond. Brian, come on up. Trash into the pond. Tangio. Yogurt. Annabelle. Oh. Kylie. Massar. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What happened to the pond? Ethan.
It's getting a little bit dirty.
It is. Do you notice that color kind of changed a little bit?
Yeah.
Just like some dirt in there. Oh my
put that-
goodness.
Oh, yeah.
What else happened? Kylie.
There's no more space for the duck to swim.
Where did Danny the duck end up?
In the corner.
In the corner. Do you think he's happy in the corner?
No.
This was his pond. He was like, quack, quack, this is awesome. And now, oh, quack, 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 I know where to go. All right.
Another clean one.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Number 2. Oh my God. Bigger.
Do you think Danny the duck would like pond number 1
No.
or pond number 2?
Number 2.
Preston, what do you think? Can you put Danny the duck happily in pond number 2?
Wow.
Ugh. Oh, look at Danny the duck. Sit back, please. Oh, Timmy, what did you just say?
He's healthy.
He's healthy. Do you think he'd be healthy in this pond?
No.
Why? Tangio.
There's a lot of dirt in it.
There's a lot of dirt in it. All right. You're going to talk to your partner, and you're going to tell them all the things you noticed and why Danny the duck is happier and maybe, as Timmy said, healthier in pond number 2.
Then all the trash blocked him. He kept all around. And pond number 2, he can move all around because it's healthy. The pond number 2 is healthy.
You guys are going to use the engineering design process along with Yumi and Dev to help figure out how we're going to solve Danny's problem. You are going to think about a way you can help Danny the duck by cleaning up the pond. How do you think you can clean up the pond? Dev and Yumi had some great ideas. You guys are going to come up with your own ideas. And you are going to put it down on your paper. Tell me about your idea.
have a net to get the trash
That's really cool. Are you in the water or are you on the land?
on the land.
That's pretty smart. I love that. So go ahead and clean your table, markers away, crayons away, and come on over to the carpet. All right, we have a lot of great ideas. Who would like to share their idea? Maliha, come on up. Maliha, Maliha, Maliha. I saw you up here. Tell me about your idea.
I used a rope to pick up the trash.
Awesome. She used a rope to pick up the trash. How did you use the rope? What did you do?
I picked up the trash from the pond and then I tied it.
Tied it up. Awesome idea. This is amazing stuff. You guys, we're going to take a look real quick at our engineering design process. We are on the asking step right now. What is the problem? How can we solve it? We've been asking a lot of questions. We're going to ask a lot more questions. So in lesson 1, the storybook is introduced, and reading is a huge part of kindergarten. What better way than to have 2 characters who are actually kindergarten students themselves, Dev and Yumi, and they come up with a problem of Danny the duck who's in a pond that has lots of trash in it. It's a very relatable problem for the kids, and they want to help Danny the duck. So as lesson 1 continues, we actually have the model ponds where the kids see a pond with water and a rubber duck floating in with Danny the duck, and they physically get to put trash or recycling into the pond and watch as Danny the duck gets squished and squished and squished, so they can actually see what happens, and they can then understand what we just read. Oh my gosh, we need to help Danny the duck.